everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Japan beauty haul video. I went to Japan for about 3 weeks for work and for personal travel, and of course I had to pick up some Japanese beauty, and I thought what better way to share this in a haul video, which I haven't done a haul video in a while. Before I do that, I wanted to also share with you guys my experience on entering Japan, because I noticed that a few of my friends and family asked about that, and I think this information might be useful for some of you. And of course, if you don't want to hear about this, then please skip this section and go straight into the haul. Anyways, so I entered into Japan on November 27th, 2022, and at the time, we had to fill out a form on the Visit Japan website. All this experience that I'm going to share with you and maybe some tips here are for someone like myself who holds a Canadian passport, and I'm also triple vaccinated. So it may be a little bit different for you if you are from a different country entering Japan. And at the same time, you know, maybe by the time you watch this, these rules don't matter anymore, or things have changed, other regulations are in place to enter Japan. So make sure you do check out their website ahead of time before, you know, booking your plane ticket and, you know, accommodation and flying over. And I strongly suggest you, any of these like, you know, like forms and whatnot that you have to fill out, do them ahead of time. There was no time difference on when you had to do it. You just, I did it about a week before, and, you know, it came in different sections. It took almost like 2 hours for me to complete it, because the longest time that I had to wait was after when I uploaded the vaccination certificate. I guess because it looked a little different from, you know, maybe other countries, what they have to showcase the 3 shots that I got, that, you know, it did take some time. But to be fair, I was actually quadruple vaccinated right before I went to Japan, just to, you know, that little bit of a boost for my body. And of course, I also took the flu shot prior to going as well, just to stay on the safe side. None of these are needed. They just asked that you are triple vaccinated. Of course, filling out the questionnaire, custom forms and whatnot, like the regular things that you may do in person or on the airplane, you know, like the written form. But anyways, with that being said, even if you didn't complete it, you do have the opportunity to do that when you land. I landed in Narita Airport, so I felt it was a bit of a distance to get to even the first check-in point. There was 3 in total, which also means after filling out the form, you get 3 QR codes. The first check-in point was basically for the questionnaire. They wanted to make sure that you filled it out and that it displayed a blue strip to make it okay for you to pass. And I strongly suggest you guys to either have a printed copy or, you know, be able to log in right when you land in Japan using their free Wi-Fi at the airport, because I did screenshots and I thought that was good enough, because I thought, well, it's a QR code, you're going to use something to scan it. Not for the questionnaire, which was the first check-in point, because they were looking for a blue strip. At least at my time anyway. So I was lucky, I printed out a copy that showed the blue strip, and they were totally fine with that, and they gave me this piece of paper, and I was able to make it to the next check-in, which was immigrations. That is where they use the immigration QR code, scan that, they give you a sticker that allows foreigners to be in their country for 90 days, and then next thing you know, you're going to pick up your check-in luggage. After you do that, you go through customs. Customs basically is also another QR code that you would have already filled out ahead of time, and you scan that with your passport, you remove your mask to take a photo, and then off you go, right? Very simple process. It just felt very long because, you know, I've already taken a 10-hour flight to get to Japan, and all I wanted to do was make it a breeze, get into the country, and, you know, get to my hotel as soon as possible. So right after you're released from customs, there's a set of doors you leave. I was in Terminal 1. After I left those gates, I obviously went straight to get a SIM card or a potential pocket Wi-Fi. If you're getting a pocket Wi-Fi, I strongly suggest you guys to reserve one at the airport for pickup, or, you know, have it delivered to your hotel. But I'm pretty sure you probably want it right away when you arrive, so that it can help you navigate on how to get to your airport if you are not taking certain modes of transportation. So I went and got a SIM card because at the time I didn't want to carry a pocket Wi-Fi, because that was just an additional device to me. So I thought SIM card was going to be the simplest. Unfortunately, it didn't work for my phone, and it caused me to miss my last bus ride. So there is also a limousine bus that takes, I guess, people from the airport to certain parts of Tokyo or certain hotels in Tokyo. The hotel I was staying at was definitely one of their stops, but unfortunately I missed it, so I had to take the Narita Express, which was basically 2 floors down from where I was. So taking all that luggage was just a real big pain in the butt to do that. And of course I had to get off at like one of the stations and then take a taxi to my hotel, or of course you can take public transportation. But at that point with all this luggage, I was like, forget it, I'm just gonna pay a short taxi ride. Of course you can also take the taxi, but I remember I was advised that it would cost me about 200 to 300 Canadian dollar to get to the hotel that I was staying at. So I was like, that wasn't a price I wanted to pay. It was about 3,200 yen for the bus, or I think it was like 3,047 yen for the Narita Express to get to at least Tokyo Station from Narita Airport. So, you know, take your pick, plan your routes, and, you know, everything is pretty much normal, like normal travel. One of the major things that may be very different from Canada is that everybody wears masks. Inside or out, regulation is mainly for indoors. If you're outdoors, you have the option of taking it off, but a majority of them, and I'm talking about like 80+% of the people in Japan still wear a mask outdoors. So I started wearing a mask actually at the office, shopping for groceries, so that I got used to having a mask on my face so I wouldn't feel so bad while I was in Japan. So anyway, so that's my experience. Once again, you know, when you guys are traveling to Japan, make sure you do check out what the, you know, most up-to-date regulation is. But yeah, and I believe maybe these are the regulations for now. I'm really hoping they remove it so that it makes it more seamless for people to get into Japan, given Japan just reopened back in October for all foreigners to travel in. Anyhow, let me show you guys what I purchased in terms of beauty products from Japan within the 3 weeks that I was there. I'm gonna randomly go into this box. Some of these are oldie but goodie, which is this right here. This is one of my favorite, which is the heating eye mask. It comes in box of 5, 12, I think that's it, yeah. I don't know if there's a bigger box because I end up purchasing like 3 boxes of 12. I've been using it in Japan while I was working, and at the same time, I brought a bunch back and put them in little goodie bags for my friends for the holidays. Love it. They come in lavender, unscented, rose, or I think it's chamomile or chrysanthemum. It's just really good. It's just very relaxing. It just heats up once you open it and you put it on your eyes. I do it right before I go to sleep. It's very, very comfortable. And of course, oldie but goodie mask. This is the Meta Heal one. This is, I guess, one of their, I guess, high profile one that they have. I bought a box of 10 and it was like, I don't know, it was like 1,000 yen, which was about, like, it works out to be about $1 each. I also tried out their tea tree one, which was really good while I was in Japan. Love it. A lot of this stuff that I'm showcasing you here is I either bought it from Don Quijote, which is a major like department store for foreigners, I guess I would say, because they have a lot of Japanese products that you can purchase at a reasonable price. And of course, some of these products in here I purchased at pharmacies, because pharmacies in Japan are, I don't know, I find a lot of fun, and like they're open up late. Don Quijote is actually open up 24 hours, so you can shop at any time. And they have like snacks, drinks, alcohol, adult section only. They also have like appliances, luggages, beauty products like this, tons for you to buy. Of course, as a foreigner, you also get tax-free. So if you purchase 5,500 at Don Quijote, you can get tax-free, and some of the pharmacies do allow up to, I think it was like minimum purchase of 5,000 in order to get tax-free. Anywho, moving along. This is a brand I've heard before, and I believe I've tried it before as well. It's Lululin. This is their Precious one. There's like 5 different kinds, I think 5 or 6 different kinds. I got this one because it's #1, but all of them have the sticker, so I don't know. But you know what? For sustainability and travel friendly wise, this is awesome. This costs less than 500 yen, and you get 7 sheets in a Ziploc like this. You just need to bring one of these and you're good to go for travel, right? Another thing I've never tried it before, but I saw it and it was really cute, and this is the Festa. This is the makeup remover wipes. These are like the micellar water cleansing ones. It came in this cute packaging. The other one is a blue one. I believe this is My Melody, and I thought it was really cute. I wanted to try it out in Japan before I purchase more and bring it back. It does leave a residue. Not something I really like, but you know what? Look how thick it is, and you get so much. It was like less than 500 yen as well. Just so cute, and you can get them anywhere in Japan. I purchased also like 2 cushion foundations, and both of these are from Don Quijote. One is this one right here. This is Tree Mask Fit All Cover Cushion in 23N Sand. I believe this is probably the darkest shade. It is their mini version. So this brand was actually introduced to me from a colleague who used to live in Japan, and she's like, oh, it's not bad if you want to try it out. So this is the mini version. I think it was like 1,100 yen for this. Not bad. I mean, you may see this in a future dedicated video of me just trying it out. And another one here is this Hello Kitty one. Of course I couldn't pass on this, right? Due to the packaging, really. It's the CNP Laboratory Sika Block Cushion. This one is in 23. This is the darker shade. It comes in another shade as well. It's the Sanrio character Cinnamon, like that blue looking, sorry, the white looking cloud. And that one's in the lighter shade 21. So I thought, you know what? I love Hello Kitty, and you know, this one was 2,400 yen at Don Quijote. And I just had to pick it up. I just had to, even though there was no refill for basically something that costs about 24, 25 bucks Canadian. And of course, you probably will see that in a future video. Moving along to other products that I picked up are, of course, little eyeshadow palettes here. Both of these brands actually, I believe, are Japanese brands that I've seen at the drugstore. I love it where, like, especially for this one, it teaches you how to, you know, apply it on to give you that kind of, I guess, effect, that why you're using these kinds of shades. And I thought these are quite different, and they're travel friendly. So hopefully if it does work out, then I could, you know, take them with me on my next travel. I also got some lippies. These ones actually were one that I already started using in Japan. One is the DHC. This is the Color Lip Cream Natural Aroma. I forgot which shade this is. This is more like that raspberry pink shade. I wanted something hydrating and that gives you some color, and this is actually what is on my lips today. It does that job, and DHC has always known to have like hydrating lip balms kind of thing. So I thought, you know what better than to grab one with color. And you know, of course, while I was packing, and by the time I got to Japan, I realized I forgot a few things, and something like this was one of them. And then another one that I tried out, which was the Nivea Rich Care and Color in Smoky Rose. This is also something that I'd never seen here in Canada. Also is a color. This is one of those like My Lips But Better kind. It's not, the shade isn't very strong for my lips anyways, but both of these can be worn on its own. Very hydrating for the lips. Drugstore brands, you can pick them up anywhere in Japan. Another item, I guess this is more like a cleansing. I've tried out their Perfect Whip, the blue bottle, many years ago, and I've seen them here locally as well at our like Asian beauty marks, and I've never seen the pink one. So I thought, you know what, why not pick up one of these? This says collagen in, so maybe it's more hydrating, it's maybe better for your skin, I don't know. But it was also less than 500 yen, so I was like, yeah, give it a shot, right? Another facial cleanser that I picked up, and this is not new, many years ago when I went to Japan, I also purchased one of these, but it was the pink packaging, like more of the rose. I believe this is like the lavender scented one. So I thought, ooh, this is really pretty. It is in an aerosol can. It's the Iveta Beauty Whip Soap in, this is from the Kanabo kind of brand. And it's one of those where when you pump it out, it gives you that nice rose. So it's more like a whip for your face, like it's a cleanser basically. And of course, I just thought it was really pretty. That was also purchased at a drugstore. Another drugstore, I guess, brand that's a staple for a lot of people is CanMake. So I thought I had to pick up something from CanMake, and it just so happened it was nail polish. I looked at this shade and, you know, it was like super affordable. I think this was like a few bucks Canadian. I remember it worked out to It's a shade that I normally would have worn. I just didn't have any, and I wanted to do my nails while I was in Japan, but I just didn't have the time to wait for it to dry. So that's why I picked it up, but just never used it, so I brought it back here instead. While I was in Japan, I really wanted to get my nails done, but I just didn't have the time to go to like a nail salon to really sit there and get it done. And plus, you know, I was always worried about the language barrier. So I went and picked up a lot of these press-ons. I have a very small nail bed, so I normally, when I pick up these here in Canada, I go for the short. They've got tons of more like neutral ones that work for my nails. So if you're like me with a lot shorter nails and like smaller nail beds, please, I strongly suggest you guys to go and check these out. These were like 1,200 yen, and you know, they're pretty. In Japan, for me, it didn't last that long because of the hot water I used to take showers. It's completely my fault. I mean, the ones that I have on my fingers right now are also press on as well, but they're from an old batch that I bought years and years ago. So yeah, strongly suggest you guys go and check that out. Another lippy that I actually haven't tried, this was from The Loft, which is another, I guess, store in Japan, is this one. This was actually recommended to me from a friend. I picked up this shade for myself and I gave her a different shade. So I'm very excited about it. It's about 1,500 yen for this. So yeah, it's like a lip oil basically. Moving right along, I also picked up this. I've tried this in the past. Eyeliner, really good. Yuzu by Fushi. I tried it from a friend who actually traveled to Japan and strongly recommended it. So yeah, I picked up one myself. It was like 1,500 or a little bit more than that. I don't remember. I also went to the Pokemon Center to pick up a few Pikachus for my nieces and nephew for Christmas. And I picked up these for myself. One is a face mask and one is a hand lotion, just a little souvenir for myself. But of course, gotta be beauty related, right? Another lippy I picked up from a drugstore, and this was super last minute. I just wanted to blow the cash that I had in my wallet at the airport, which was just one of these. I believe they were kind of like more like a lip balm with color. So I thought, why not, right? I also purchased this, which was maybe not the smartest move. This is shampoo. I got the travel size while I was in Japan. So I was like, oh, I definitely should get the full bottle. This is just the refill, and I completely forgot about the actual bottle. So I have another friend who's going to Japan who will purchase the bottle for me. Last but not least, that I purchased, and this was more at the duty free, and this you will see probably a whole separate video on, is the SK2 bestseller travel kits. Gotta treat myself to some kind of luxury brand, and I chose this. So yeah. Anywho, that is all the items that I purchased through my Japan travel for the 3 weeks that I was there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if so, remember to give me that thumbs up, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye!